Conservative New Media viewers, what's going on? It's me, John D. Villarreal, the four-time national champion, joined by Paul F. Villarreal, the NBA expert. We're still talking about this Lakers coaching situation, and we're talking about the different names that are in the mix. And I might put another name in the mix, or another two names in the mix, but I might even do it in the next video. I haven't figured it out yet. But let's talk about some of the top names that are being discussed in my personal opinion. First of all our personal opinion only, not alleged facts, not casting any spurs, all for entertainment purposes only. Please check disclaimers. Let's talk about name number one, Phil Jackson, the Zen Master, the man who led the Lakers to so many championships, the man who coached Michael Jordan and led the Chicago Bulls to a lot of championships. I mean, Paul, do you think that Phil Jackson would come back in the mix, and how much money, I mean, would it take to get Phil Jackson back in the mix?
Well, I do think Phil Jackson would consider coming back. We're hearing reports that he is interested in possibly coming back. Although, as you mentioned, if he does come back, I think there's going to need to be some serious compensation. Phil Jackson is the all-time winningest or most championships of any coach. He doesn't need to come back. Had different health issues, so it's all up to him.
It's up to him. Okay, so that's one thing. What do you think about that? Fans, do you want to see Phil Jackson back in the mix? And look, from some of the NBA greats, if I heard it right on the TV, I mean, Magic Johnson was saying, okay, Phil Jackson, you need someone like a Phil Jackson or someone that has some kind of history or relationship with the Lakers organization, to be able to do that. So it sounded like Magic Johnson was maybe open to or in favor of in my personal opinion, of Phil Jackson coming back. On the other hand, I believe I heard Charles Barkley on one of the NBA shows tonight saying that, Phil Jackson's time is gone, and maybe Charles is thinking or saying that that's not the answer anymore. So what do you think about that? Very interesting. Let's talk about the second name. Let's talk about Mike D'Antoni. And from what I understand, Paul, when you're talking about Phil Jackson and Mike D'Antoni, those seem to be the two names that keep coming up over and over again. And, Mike D'Antoni obviously has worked with Steve Nash before and understands the whole pick and roll situation and did a good job there, in my personal opinion, in New York, and with Jeremy Lin and Lynn Sandy kicking off and all that type of stuff. Talk to me about Mike D'Antoni.
Mike D'Antoni's an excellent offensive coach. As you said, he worked with Steve Nash when Steve Nash was as absolute best, I feel, and a lot of other people feel. I have heard that Mike D'Antoni, I think, got a knee replacement surgery, so I'm not sure how easy it would be for him to just do the day in, day out of coaching. I really don't know, but I think that D'Antoni would definitely be a good hire. I think he's got a good relationship with Kobe Bryant. Obviously, he has a good relationship with Steve Nash, so that's certainly a possibility.
Okay, let's talk about the third name. What about Brian Shaw, who's, some would say Zen Master, Phil Jackson disciple, has a relationship with Kobe as well, and now is at Indiana, and obviously this would be a promotion situation. What about Brian Shaw?
Well, what I've heard about Brian Shaw, and I'm not sure where I heard this, but I heard this earlier today, where I'm not sure if Indiana would want to let Brian Shaw go, basically, and they might have to agree to that for him to be able to do this type of thing. Maybe it can get worked out. I'm not really sure. Brian Shaw, I know Kobe Bryant likes Brian Shaw. He is a Phil Jackson disciple. I believe he knows and likes the triangle offense from Phil Jackson. So I do think that's a real possibility, or it certainly is a consideration.
What do you fans think? We're talking Phil Jackson, Mike D'Antoni, Brian Shaw. There may be other names in the mix. Who do you think should have this coaching situation out of those three names? Which one do you favor and why? Tell me what you think. Give me the comments below. Please subscribe up. I'm John D. Villarreal, the four-time national champion. That is Paul F. Villarreal, the NBA expert. You're watching Conservative New Media. Please rate this video up. Also, please post it to your social networking sites. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.